Well, this is it. This is it. Finally getting started. Making sure the mic is in place. I haven't purchased the Ancient Gods DLC because that's not part of Doom Eternal. It's part of the DLC. Main campaign is going to be started now. I'm gonna set everything up, and this is to evaluate the entire game. So the beginning intro window of Doom 2016. I believe that was better than this. This is simply for to entertain those who are into Doom. So basically, you have a small little model of the Doom guy standing on a platform in the background. Now, these are model designs, which someone probably did a 3D model for, and you could probably purchase this. So they designed this specifically for fans of Doom. So if you're not a fan of the Doom franchise, which is mean you're not a fan of first-person shooter, you know, they're basically saying go F yourself or something like that. This is meant for people who are into first person shooter and into Doom. You're not into first person shooter, go the other way. You're not into Doom, go the other way. You don't exist. That's basically what this means. The first one was okay because you get to see everything presented on the screen. Here, everything is presented also as well. So let's see. So first they have a tutorial. And let's see here, extras. Ancient Gods, customize, Slayer. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I could go straight into campaign and start. So the first thing I see when I load this up and it's been uploaded is the main screen. And the second thing I see after looking at everything, it's a green presented feel. Green is everywhere. Green is on the rollovers. Green is on the text. And orange is also part of the whole rollover stuff with regards to where you are. So the fact of using green and orange, I wouldn't say that would be the preferred choice for a game about killing monsters and destroying stuff, like stuff from straight from hell. So the green and orange doesn't feel like killing monsters and slaying evil. That doesn't feel like destroying evil type stuff. Usually black, red, and white. What the hell? Oh, it's my fan. I'm hearing all this breeze. It's because of my fan. Okay. Alright. And the only reason I could think for the reason why they would select the green is because the Doom guy wears green. That's pretty much it. Green and orange is his whole thing, or green and yellow is his own thing, and they're throwing orange because oranges make you see the text that's in white far better than seeing the text in yellow, because it will strain your eyes a little. I would prefer the color to not be yellow. I believe red would have been a preferred color if you were to mix red and white. You would be able to see the text much better if it was red. So I would say that I would take a point off from that for it being orange in color, because you could hardly see. If you have, the lighter the color is, the closer the color is to a neutral color like white, the closer it is light in color. It's closer to white, because all colors have a bit of white inside of them. So the brighter the color gets, the closer it gets towards white, and the harder it is for you to see. So orange is not as bright as yellow, and is not as bright as, I'd say, pink, or as bright as, say, sun yellow or sun white, or I don't know. I would, or light red or pink red, but it's still kind of bright. So orange wouldn't be the color I would go with. I would have gone with a dark red, or not a blood red, but a dark red, so you could see the text more. So that's 1 point off from the game. However, I do like the design of the Doomslayer standing on his podium, so that's 1 point towards the game. So cancel out that negative I gave towards the game for the rollovers. Two, I like the idea of showing the background of the planet. it's far more detailed than that of Doom 2016. Not that it is necessary. I don't think it's showing the planet Earth as necessary, because Doom 2016 is Doom 2016. But Doom Eternal is supposed to basically be Doom 2 Hell on Earth. So showing the Earth in the background is a good how would I say it? Is a good homage to Doom Hell on Earth, because most of the actions that are going to happen in Doom Eternal is on Earth. So I'll give it another point for that, for them giving homage towards Doom Hell on Earth, the second game from the original Doom. Third point I would give towards is that the rollover go fast. It has nothing to do with color. You could just scroll fast from point to point, so that's another point. The design of how they decide to make each of the cells at an angle, at a, I would say, I don't know about the angle, 56 degree angle or 65 degree angle, where you see campaigns, ancient gods, Baal mode 2.0, horde, and all this are at an angle. All the cells are at an angle combined together at a 65 or 55 degree angle. Not exactly sure if that was the best choice to go with. Why they decide to put it at an angle, I guess it looks better than being straight down, but not really, because put it at an angle makes it you now able to cut off majority of seeing the background, which is the Earth, the Doomslayer, and everything. It's not a deal breaker, but it's kind of a weird choice to decide to go with, so I would say that's a negative towards that. So that's one point. Another point off. Design of the background and design of the Doomslayer and design of the foreground, that's good as well. So character design based on the anatomy of the model I see here, that's pretty good. Design of background art with regards to the motion graphics of the Earth moving, and in relations to the character standing on his podium, if you could call it a podium or platform, is pretty good, because you can't see any type of bad design choice in transition of where he's standing on and the movement of his arms and his body on this platform, in conjunction to the motion graphics of the Earth at the back. So you can't tell the difference between one and the other, so I'll give that another point for that. So far I'm already 4 points up, pretty damn good. I typically start games from a base of 5, and then if the game is bad, it goes minus, or plus. So if it was bad, it would be 4.9, 4.8, 4.7, it would go down. And if it's good, it would go 5, 5.1, 5.2. So far, I'm up by 4 points and down by 2 points. So round that out, I would say I'm about a 5.2, but now I'm actually at a 5.3, because I talked about the foreground and the background art being in transition to each other, being pretty good. So I'm 5.3, and the 5.5 would probably be the music, the inclusion of the music. I believe Mick Gordon was still attached to Doom Eternal when he did this, so it was still his music at the time, and also the music from the secondary team at id Software. So that's pretty good as well, and I'll give it a point for that, because music in Doom is always good. So I'm gonna give it a point for both game music and for specific design music that's not the game itself, but designed for certain levels or for certain bosses. Yeah, so story music and in-game music, which is background music. So I'll give it a point for both of those, because I know those are going to be present. So I'm at a 5.6 right now, and based on the design of the character, seeing the Doomslayer, how he looks, the cut of the model, how the model looks, it looks just as detailed as the Doom 2016 version. So I'll give it another point for that. If the character model I see here looks just as good as when I start playing it in the story mode, it'll be at a 5.7. And if it looks even better I'll give it a 5.8. So far so good, just from the front menu screen. Now I'll go to tutorial. Actually, first I'll go to options. Look at the options button. Like, all games have options button. And I'll scroll left to right with L1 and R1. Game options, UI options, control options, video, audio, accessibility, Bethesda. Still don't know about the whole green and orange. It really, actually, I might take another point off for that. So now I'm at a 5.6. The green and orange really doesn't work, and it really binds, and the cell are kind of small and too bunched up together as well. But it's fair depending on how many things that are present in the game. I believe because the color of the cell, the outlines are present in, it's not just green, it's the outline as well. It's actually a bad thing. So now I'm back down at 5.6. So what we have here in game options, you have the tutorial that's on, game tips that's on, sentinel armor on, double dash is on, weapons are on, everything that you would need are on, and what's been checked off, classic weapon pose. And this has been checked off simply if you want to put this on, if you actually want to see a classic weapon pose present in the game. So that's an optional one. It doesn't necessarily affect the game, it's just a choice on the player's part. And of course, environmental screen shake, if you want that on. I want it on because I want to see how it works. And also, that's been checked off, is picture mode has been checked off. If you don't want to take any pictures, you just want to play the game, that's been checked off because that's also optional. So far so good with regards to that. Nothing negative. I could see color profile, HUD scale, opacity, HUD opacity. It depends on how bright it is. But I'm actually in-game fighting enemies. If it's contradicting my actual actions, that I can't see enemies from left to right, I will lower it below 90. If it's fine, that's fine. If the HUD scaling at medium is fine, I'll leave it at medium. But if it becomes a problem, I increase it. I like the fact that it has the options to increase and decrease your HUD, just like in Warframe. I like the fact that it has object markers, boss health markers, so you know who's who and where's where. Horde info, sure. Blood punch gauge on, dash is on. Everything you need is on that's necessary. So the people who play the game knows exactly what you should have on and should have on. Notifications, center notifications on. Side quests or side notifications are on. In-menu notifications are on. Update notifications, I don't really need to know that at the moment while I'm playing the game. Weapon refill numbers. Actually, I don't need current. Maybe I need that on. Doom level increase, mission challenges, also indications, also in the game. Speakers on, accessibilities. I guess they all say, well, we'll see how it works at look smoothness of 90. Okay, so that's that for controls. Video, contrast filter, I guess they took that off because they believe you don't need that on. Motion blur, I do not understand why every single game, no matter how popular or dumb, always have motion blur on. Chromatic variations, that's fine. Film grain, they understand this film grain is necessary, but sometimes they get in the way, so they understand that. So everything seems to be normal here. Accessibility is color regenerative mode off. Okay, they understand that as well. Audio is completely up to me. I believe the loudness and everything that's present is fine. Voice volume is 100. Sound effects might be a little powerful, so I'll drop that to 90. Music, I need it on because this is a Doom game. Opponent hit notification. Slayer pain grunts, I need that on. If it's loud, I'll need the grunt to tell me when I'm getting hit. Subtitle in the background on. Subtitle speaker name. We'll see how that works. Subtitle font size. Regular, we'll use regular for the moment. If it's too small, go. So all the things are present within the audio. That seems to be good. Yeah. Weapon feedback volume. Okay, master volume. Voiceover volume. Okay, accessibilities, in-game tips, on. Sentinel armor on. Weapon Bob. I need that. I need the funniness of it. UI mode. So they've considered many things other than motion blur. It doesn't make sense, but everything has been considered for. Bethesda Online, that's not necessary. So with regards to the option screen, I give them 2 points for that, because everything that you find in other game is present there, but actually 3 points. Everything you find in other game is present there, but certain things you don't find in other games are also present there. In other words, if you play a game and they don't have certain things that you want, id Software knows that you should have those things in your option screen with regards to whether you're playing a third person or first person game. So that was options. Tutorials, playable tutorials, codec tutorials, playable. Slayer tutorial, battle mode tutorial. We'll go with Slayer tutorial. And this is the music for a Slayer tutorial. Very weird, not exactly Doom-like. But it is reminiscent of the old games. Seems very mood atmosphere restaurant. But it also seems funny as well. Okay, so tutorial. Jump is X, okay. Extremely helpful, jump onto the monkey bar. It doesn't tell you how to jump onto the monkey bar, but if I press that regular jump button, regular button doesn't do it. Jump onto monkey bar, double jump. Okay, it should have said double jump onto monkey bar instead of jump onto monkey bar. Jump is just X, double jump is XX. Okay. Double jump and dash. So double jump X and circle. Okay. Now it says, okay, let's try that again. It says nothing about running, so I'll double jump and I'll dash. But I'm only allowed to have 2 dashes. I can only double dash twice. Okay. Okay. If let's see what square is. Square is nothing. Circle is dash. Triangle is nothing. So there's no run button. And let me check my settings for my controller again. It doesn't tell me anything about it doesn't show me the controller and where certain things are on the controller. I guess it doesn't need to in the game if the game offers you a tutorial. Okay, so okay, we're experimenting here. Okay, let's do that again. Okay. The setter can attach to pit. What was that? Pitted walls by pressing R3. So the same button for melee swing is once you're near a wall, you press the R3. Okay. Okay, so double jump. Okay. Try this again. Nice little training. Even though it's tutorial, it's also training. Right. So I have to go at a certain height. If I want to make sure I'm all the way up by the line. And I could jump forward, I could jump onto the wall, and then onto here. So double jump. Okay, so jump. Yeah. Okay, so I have to move fast. Strange that it doesn't give you the run option at the very beginning. Okay, press. Okay, so for this, I would say the tutorial is good. I give it a 5.7. I'm now back at 5.7. But for this little mini tutorial that's going on inside the main tutorial, like the options or the notifications within the tutorial they're very small, and the use of colors that they're using is kind of bad. So the text in here is small and the use of color is bad. The yellow color is fine, but the use of the light green color. See if I could go out and increase the HUD. Menu, confirmation time. Let's get that there. Mode full. HUD scale. Let's put that at large. Okay. Okay. Now R1 is weapon swap. R1 is also whole weapon wheel, so you swap. But if you hold down on it, you could swap weapons to see a specific one you want. Right. So if you don't want to swap, or let's say you're swapping fast because there are many enemies, you might swap and choose the wrong one. So if you hold down, you're able to pick the specific one you want while you're in slow motion. So everything does not stop around you, but everything slow down to a reasonable pace where you could choose without being hit before you're hit. So something very reminiscent of, say, Horizon Zero Dawn, but a little bit better. Okay, shoot is R2. Okay, so I press the L2 button, but it says no mod activated. So apparently L2 is mod. Okay, usually L2 would be aim down sights. I think he wants me to use every single weapon. Okay. I swapped. I hold weapon wheel. Oh, I didn't use all of them. Okay, I needed to use all of them. See, that's another thing too. Is sometimes when you're swapping, you're wondering, well, I'm swapping over and over and over again, but it's not picking the weapon I want. That's the good part about having the weapon wheel. Okay. Weapon mod. Wonder why they call it weapon mod. Why don't just call it aim down sights? Well, it's whatever. Okay, it says each weapon has 2 mods. Okay, I know why they call it weapon mod now, because even though you're aiming down sights, the weapon has a specific mod on it, so you're aiming down sights with the mod. So why not? So why doesn't it just say aim down sights with mod? Why it just says mod? It should say aim down sights and mod. Okay, so up to swap mods. Okay. Okay. So when I swap, let me see. Okay, so in the lower right corner, it tells me what type of mod I've swapped to. Okay. Want to launch a grenade, which explodes on landing on the ground. The explosion damages and unfalters demons. The frag grenade gradually recharges over time. Okay. 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 Okay, so up is to switch mods on weapons. Left is to switch frag grenade types. Doom Eternal empowers players to take resources from the demons. Great kills for health. No, glory kills. See what I'm saying about the text? Sometimes the color they use for the text, the light, I can't even call that Viridian. It's not Viridian. I forgot the name of that color. The color they use there is not that great, especially if your screen is small. Hell, if your screen is straight cell phone type. Okay, so glory kills. If I do a glory kill, equals health. Glory kill to charge blood punch. Glory kills also charges blood punch. Flame breach for armor. Okay, put flame people to get more armor. So when I have a flamethrower, I get more armor. So if I straight keep killing folks, but I'm not increasing my armor in return, eventually I'll die quicker. So I have to both use flames and get health from glory kills. Okay. Chainsaw for ammo. So chainsaw is for ammo. Enemies will eventually drop ammo, but if you want more ammo, I guess that's what it's saying. Okay. When you damage demon enough, it becomes staggered and begins to flash. When close, do your punch button, which will do the glory kill, and that gives you health. The less health you have, the more health drops the demon spawns. Okay, that's very helpful. So if I have 25% of health, he drops even more health to replace that 25% of health, to just give me that little extra boost. So it's not just health, but an extra boost as well. Okay, blood punch is a melee attack that deals extra damage. I definitely need that for hard opponents. Glory kills fills the blood punch. So I have to do a certain amount of glory kills before I could start to actually do blood punch. So blood punch is not something I could do on the regular. I could do glory kills all day, every day, punching enemies after they turn yellow. But eventually it will fill up my blood punch gauge. That's what it's saying. Once it's fully charged, after building up a whole bunch of glory kills, you could press the R3 to unleash it. So it has to be fully charged to be unleashed. Heavy demons instantly fill a blood punch charge. Oh, okay. So if they're really powerful demons, they will instantly fill my blood punch charge. And you can hold 2 charges at a time. Okay, I can only carry 2 blood punch charges. So the maximum blood punch charge the game gives me is 2. So if I keep doing glory kills, and I go over the limit of my 2 blood punch charge, I won't get any more. I'm only allowed to have 2 blood punch charges. Okay. Okay, so how do I know? Okay, there it is. Okay, so what the hell? Circle is showing me circle, and it's showing me R3. So the lower left corner where it's glowing up is showing me that I have 1 blood punch, but it's also showing me that I have 2 circles. What's that all about? So blood punch. Okay, let me do another blood punch. Oh, I see. Okay, once it shows that I'm fully charged with a blood punch, it will show it there. And then if I perform another melee attack on enemies who are not glowing, I do a blood punch. So blood punch is basically for enemies around you who aren't staggered. That will get me out of a sticky situation. If I cannot kill an enemy who's staggered and they're surrounding me, I would need to use the blood punch then and there. Got it. Okay. Press triangle to set enemies on fire. Why triangle? Okay, to set enemies on fire and they will drop armor shards. Flame bleach demons in groups. Maximum armor. Recharges over time. Great. Okay. So he default has a flamer. Okay, so how would I know? Okay, so in the lower left corner it shows my armor, and my armor looks like a shield. In the lower left corner it also shows my health. My health looks like a cross sign. That's blue color. Armor is green, health is blue. Press square to instantly chainsaw. Okay, so square in this game is not an interactive button. To interact, square is to use your chainsaw. Okay, that's weird. That's going to be a bit difficult because typically in most games my interactive button is always square. That's I'm getting used to. Okay, I'll have low ammo and I need more ammo. Let's say I'm in mission and enemies are behind me to the left of me and I have no bullets left. So now I have bullets. There are 4 demonic classes. Ambient, fodder, is that fodder or father? Heavy and super heavy. Or is that supposed to be like fatter, but they like fat, but they put it fatter? Okay. The higher the class, the more difficult the demon is. Okay. Some heavies have weak points. Yes. Okay. They have extra damage or even disable their abilities. Okay, so if I can't get extra damage, I could disable their ability. So this enemy seems to be carrying like a grenade launcher on top of his head, or a laser. So if I shoot it off, I disable his weapon, but it doesn't do him damage. Just give a nice little animation that is disabled. Or maybe it could do damage as well. Weak point, flash red when damaged. Okay, so if I shoot his gun on top of his head, or whatever that is, and his body flashes red, it means he's took damage. Okay. Okay, he's a heavy. Arcanatron is heavy. He's a ranged demon, so you have to shoot the thing off of him. His turret is a weak point. Explore the Codex to learn more about demon weak points. Okay. It's weird he hasn't told me anything about the run button. I wonder if the run is default in here. But my character seems to be moving quite slowly in the tutorial. This is the end of the Slayer tutorial. Walk through the portal to continue. Okay. So that tutorial was very helpful, with exception to the text. The text was very small and it wasn't helpful at all. So the tutorial is very helpful. I'll give it 1 tutorial, 2 tutorial points. Very helpful. And minus a tutorial for the text size. So far I'm at 5.9. So I'm almost at a 6, just looking at the main HUD of the game, the tutorial of the game, and the options of the game. Codex says something about Codex. So everything that I just experienced in the tutorial is in the Codex so far. Alright. Wait, what's this says? Battle mode intro. I'm not going to do that. Arc file. Movement. Oh, this is all part of battle mode. Okay. Alright. Events. Oh, that's for other things that are online. I could pick the default Slayer. I could pick the QuakeCon Slayer. I've never been to a QuakeCon, but I wouldn't mind. That armor looks pretty good. Okay. So these are skins. So far I have 2 skins. And my default skins. It's podiums. So far I have an Ancient Sentinel podium. I haven't unlocked any other podiums yet to stand on. Weapon skins, battle shotgun skins, combat shotgun, default. So until I beat certain things in the game, everything will be at default. Base Slayer stance, I only have 1 so far. Slow nod. Oh, okay. An emote, an intro emote. I only have 1. I haven't achieved anything other than the gun raise for just having the game, I guess. And that's that for that. So I'll give 1 point for that. As I unlock other things, I'm going to what the hell? Oh, these are different enemies I could customize, probably for battle mode as well. So I'll give it 2 points for customization. 1, the options of finding things after you beat the game. 2, for battle mode, or choosing the type of characters you want to play. Like say I chose Arc Val and I add stance and all this for them. So 2 points for that. So now I'm at a 6.1 because the game. Let's see what extras is all about. This is Doom Eternal extras, milestone extras. So far I've achieved nothing, so I'm at no milestone. Doom Eternal extras, it just have the developers here. And this is part of the credits. All I get for starting and playing the game is the credits. That's all I get at the moment. And now I could finally play the game. So I'm at a full 6.1 as of right now. I just started the game, haven't even played it. Went through the menu screen, went through the customization, went through a tutorial, went through the base of the game, not the base of the game, went through the HUD of the game, looked at the mod, looked at the color of the game, listened to the music, background music, rollovers. So far at a 6.1. About to play the campaign right now. I could have played it a long time ago, but I'm actually evaluating the game. I'm not just playing it for fun. The points of this game would have been higher if it wasn't for the choice with regards to certain things. I did knock off about 4 or 5 points already, but I'm trying to be realistic here. Continue game. I might have. Okay. Mission. Oh, okay. I did play this, but I don't think I chose Ultraviolence. Can I start over from the beginning? New slot. Let's start from the beginning. New slot. Okay. If you are using a controller, you can completely customize your controller to create the best experience for your gameplay. Go to controller page and settings and menu and select custom Slayer control and then cycle through. I think I already did that. Press the edit. I think I already did that. Okay, so I'm Too Young to Die is basically child mode. You have on hard hat and everything. You're trying to keep safe from all injuries coming left and right. Hurt me plenty. I don't mind dying every now and again. That's basically what that means. Ultra violence basically means it's this game version of hard mode. So this version means easy mode. I don't want to die at all, or I might die maybe once or twice in the entire game, or 3 times depending on the boss type. Here I'll die a few times, but nothing too bad, and here I'll die many times. And here I'll die all the time. And here I'll die, well, not just all the time, but extra life mode. Okay, so this is basically the hardest mode, Ultra Nightmare mode. So here I'll die every single damn time. 1 death and you fail. 1 death and it's over. This is Dante's Heaven and Hell mode, or Hell and Hell mode. So 1 death, game over. That's some ancient back in the day shit. Hell no. And as Nightmare goes, it says here for Nightmare, enemy attacks are more frequent and deal maximum damage. What? So if I'm fighting a weak ass enemy, he's going to be doing max damage? So if a regular monster attacks me, see, now that's unrealistic. Yes, I'm in a world of nightmares, and every monster is a living nightmare. But we're talking about the Doomslayer here. Regular average mini walking around zombie is no G. So he shouldn't be hitting at max damage, or maybe that's what it meant. Deals max damage for the level of strength that they are. Few mistakes are allowed and complete mastery of the combat loop is required. Am I a complete mastery of first-person shooters or Doom games? Hell no. I'm a beginner at best. So I'm gonna go with the lowest option, but hard lowest options, Ultra Violence. So I want to die a lot, but I'm no expert, man. This ain't expert city. Alright, so we'll look at the intro of this video and we'll judge its intro of its story, because this is a story-based game as well. I believe just like Doom 2016, that was story-based, and this one's also story-based. So we will be, or I should say I will be judging the story base of this game as well.
Against all the evil that hell can conjure, all the wickedness that mankind can produce, we will send unto them only you. Rip and tear until it is done. We must pray now, brothers. Pray that he is watching.
Please, anyone, if you can hear me, if you're out there.
Attempting to acquire the Hellpriest signal.
Nearly 60% of our planet has been consumed by the invaders.
We have the Hellpriest signal locked in. The target is marked, but the signal will not hold for long.
For it is he that they fear, not man, or his armies. They fear the mark of the beast.
Signal. I will mark it on your HUD.
Alright. Alright, so I just finished the tutorial, and you can't do certain things the tutorial tells you to do when you first start the story of the game. For instance, double jump. You could do that, but you can't double jump and dash forward. Not present. Switching weapons, there's nothing to switch to. Okay. My health is at 100, my armor is at 0. I need to find more armor. In order to get armor, I need to flame fellows using the triangle. Get that later on throughout the game. So the tutorial tells me certain things that I can do and can't do throughout the game, but apparently I cannot acquire certain abilities or mods or certain thing until I reach a certain point in the campaign. So the intro part of the campaign is pretty good so far. The story is how it started off is pretty good. It's pretty badass, very motivated, very dedicated. That's basically what that intro scene was. It's pretty badass. So I'm gonna give it a point for that. That intro video with regards to the campaign, very good. Also, which I'm a 6.2 right now with regards to the game. The design of the atmosphere of this game, use of fire, use of colorful fire, use of the dark tones and use of the light tones, basically light going outwards, and the closure of this area, and the design of certain structures here, here, here. Follow a single file line. Then of course the flooring on the roof, file line. One column here, column there, nicely damaged, cracked crevices, blemishes, scars, wooden, to show that it's wooden. Metal. The metal on it to show that it's made out of metal because it shines. The light is on it. Different from the wood. Because the light on the wood wouldn't shine unless it's waxy. It would just give an opacity, so attention to detail right there. So now I'm at a 6.3. In regards to design of the atmosphere and lighting, it's 6.4. Lighting 6.4. Shadows 6.5. The shadows are pretty good. Shadows here based on the light showing from here. Shadows here based on the light showing from here. So the light is in the center, and the column here and column left. So these are appropriate for at the angle for which they're showing that they would be at the angle here and the angle here. So 6.5. And also the artwork, concept artwork for this, and them actually designing it in game with 3D rendering software. That's pretty damn good. So I'm at a 6.7 in regards to the artwork, and with regards to them actually modeling it, 6.8. Actually, I give them another point for modeling it, because modeling it takes a long time just to model a skull, and then to color and render the skull is also a coloring thing. So the colorist in the of the 3D model is actually good as well. So that's 6.9. And the coding for flames, I guess, for flames might not be as big a deal as the coding for movement and to switching guns and modding. So far so good. I would say it's at a 6.9 in regards to the game. All this. Okay, so the design of characters, models of things, and the structure of the model of characters. Very gruesome, but the anatomy and the design of how things look is pretty much spot on. Stick them all in a pit or something like that, fold them on top of each other, crush them together. Makes sense that it would be cramped in here, so I'm at a 7 in regards to the horror aspects of the game. So 7 so far. Let's see. Blood. Blood is present. Okay. So blood looks like blood, and with regards to lighting, does it get from the only bad thing I'll say, the blood is. No, actually, yeah, it does look lighter here with the light on it. Okay, 7.1. Alright, so there's a tutorial you could do ahead of the game, and then there's the in-game tutorial. So the game, you don't have to go through the tutorial. As you play the campaign, there's a tutorial in the campaign as well. Okay, so I didn't know that, that's why I went through the tutorial before. Okay, so I have 12 ammo. Okay. R2 is for switching mods, so I'm not going to. Okay. Okay. See, because when I first played the tutorial, it told me I could double jump and dash. I cannot dash, which means in the campaign it will tell you what to do as you proceed forward. Oh, I have to give it one more point for the design of weapons. I never gave it a point for the design of weapons. They look very detailed. The model and how they're designed and how the rendering happened with regards to the color on the weapons is very good. So actually 2 points for weapon design. It's very good. It looks very good. So I'm at a 7.3. I just started the game out already at 7.3. Because I'm looking at every single thing. Like the menu, the small little text in this menu, the use of the green color, or that's not even green, but bluish green is bad, so I already took a point off for that. But other things are great. I finally got 25% armor. Okay. Another thing I guess I kind of like, but at the same time I don't like. So I'll say they cancel each other out. The original Doom 2016, you punched a robot to get your stuff, because Doom was kind of an asshole back in the 2016 version when he woke up. So he punches robot to get his ammo and stuff because they're not alive. I guess someone thought that I was too aggressive for things that are helping him, so now he just accessed the robot, which is fine in my opinion. Either way, it's not like the robot's alive, but he's supposed to be a good guy, so punching the robot seems something bad. Like, give me a break, man. Okay, so these are how... Okay. Sticky bombs, always my favorite. Alright, so I've unlocked sticky bombs. Now in the tutorial, it already told me how to switch. To activate weapon mods, press and hold L2. To switch weapon mods is the up button. So I'm going to activate it by pressing the L2 and aim down sights. See, it's activated now. So before it was just shooting, but now that I aim down sight with the L2, it's now activated. Now I need some gas. Apparently it looks like I need gas for my chainsaw. I'm running low on gas. So my chainsaw icon is showing on the screen. Eventually it'll... Oh shit. Oh, I should have flamed them for more armor. A 6% health, not too bad, not too bad. I need fuel. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's not fuel. Okay. And I didn't hit any canisters to destroy enemies. I just shoot them regularly. Okay.
My soul remains guarded. You can't.
Has been terminated. The demonic consumption of Earth has been reduced by 36.8%. There are 2 Hell Priests remaining.
Alright, so for right now, that I think that should be the end of the video. Hour and a half. Actually, it hasn't been an hour and a half yet. The first half hour was the tutorial. The second half hour was the settings, and of course, the remaining 15 minutes so far has been the game itself. So I'll play through probably for about another 20 minutes, and I'll see how it goes. But I am getting lag, serious lag. Things are looking choppy on my end. But I'm fully aware of the type of network I have, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, so sticky bombs. I could increase the level of sticky bombs or full auto. Well, I am playing on a harder mode. This doesn't hurt me plenty. This is ultra violence. So full auto would be... Well, maybe that might not be such a good idea, because I will need ammo. But as long as I don't press down on the button. Okay, so I could choose because what type of mod I want, full auto or stay on my normal. So that's great. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now I'm on regular. How would I know? Well, I guess I'll find out when I start fighting enemies. Okay, the downward button is for seeing the world. Okay, that was not in the tutorial. Okay, which is fine. Okay, but I can't use it at the moment. Okay. Oh, full auto is on. Okay, because normally when I zoom in, line of sight, sticky bombs would be initiated. There it is. Okay. I am low on ammo. My character is moving quite slowly. I'm curious of the reason why he's moving so slow. Maybe I'm just thinking he's moving slow, but he's actually moving fast. The game didn't indicate there's a run button, so... I guess he is moving fast. That's strange. The dash forward is the circle. I did it in this tutorial, but he doesn't do the dash forward, I guess. Okay, you stated that in the tutorial before. Okay, so now the lag is getting very bad. Okay, finally a gas canister. So with this, with myself now having not enough gas, but enough gas to get me through the next area, I'm gonna get some armor, get some more ammo. I think I have enough health. I don't want to waste my I don't think I could flame boys yet using my triangle button as stated in tutorial. So until such a time. Okay, so the down button is not the map. The center D-pad is the map. Am I missing anything? Nothing's missing. I've acquired everything. Okay, so I'll proceed forward, but I'll save. I'll exit and I'll save. But I wonder if it'll save at my last checkpoint. Okay, it will save at my last checkpoint, so that's where it'll save. It will save at my last checkpoint. So if I stop today, it will save at my last checkpoint. I just wanted to do an hour and 30, so I got like 15 more minutes. The lag is looking kind of bad, so I think it might be best for me to stop in like 15 minutes. Weapon wheel. It told me that in the tutorial, so I don't need to worry about that. I can switch back to my regular heavy shotgun, or from my regular shotgun to the cannon, which I have right now. What the hell is this? Okay, so internet is, I guess it's okay. No, it's not okay. It's a little bit bad. It's a little bit laggy. So I'll stop in the next 10 minutes. I just wanted to play this for the first hour to see how it is. I would say I'm about a 7.3 with regards to the game. The combat with regards to the game is smooth. My movement with regards to my character seems kind of slow. I guess it's attached to my experience. The more experience I get, the more experience points I get. My character might move faster. So for right now, he's moving just a little bit faster than he was at the beginning. So maybe that comes into play. He'll go much faster as he gains more experience or a lot more stuff. So far I'm like 7.4. No, not 7.4, 7.3. I'm 7.3 right now because of the game. The combat is very good. Switching weapons is good. Tutorial is good. Secrets around here? No secrets. I didn't really need to do that. My health is at 100, but I don't want to waste my gasoline for my chainsaw. I'd rather have glory kills than no glory kills at all, because the game did say in the tutorial, every time you do a glory kill you increase your blood punch meter. It's not technically entirely full. It's getting there. So I have to flame some fools. I have no choice in this matter. I guess I'm not allowed to I'm not allowed to use this triangle for flaming and getting armor yet. There is a secret here. Turn around. To get in here from somewhere. Maybe.
Take a moment to look around you. Witness the beauty of the world you have created.
Okay. Maybe from here. Okay, so this is where I'll call it a day. I've got my first little Doom toy. My health is at 100, but my armor is low because the game has not given me the ability to use my flamethrower yet, because I have to find it first. So until I find my flamethrower, I cannot get armor. I have to just search for armor. So far, the Ultra Nightmare is they hurt. They do a good amount of damage, but not enough to say, oh my god, I'm on the hardest mode or the second hardest mode. So I'm pretty sure I'm at a fair difficulty with regards to ultra violence. Like in other games, this mode would be considered the standard hard mode, where in games meant for children, this would be considered like really hard. But for adults, this will be the preferred mode you will fight on in order to fight enemies. It gives you a decent amount of challenge because at any time you could die if you're not paying attention to your ammo, if you're not paying to switching weapons, if you're not paying attention to your surrounding. And many times I could have died, but I didn't. So far it's good. difficulty of the game is good and reasonable for its beginning. At the beginning part of the game, it's pretty good, because when I first played Bloodborne and Dark Souls, I didn't die in the first 25% of the game. I died at the very beginning because they had a default enemy that you have to fight, a default boss, in order to show you how strong bosses are. All Souls game does that. But once you passed the default of the game, every enemy's at the first 25% or first 15% marker, or even 5% marker, are standard average walking foes. And every mini enemy, not bosses, mini enemies like Arachnotron or I guess flamers, or the guys that shoot lots of or even the spiders, mini spiders, they're considered standard enemies until you get to like boss levels. So in other games it's the same as in this game. Like I remember playing Bloodborne and have to go through an entire horde of regular average enemies, and if you let them gang up on you, you get killed. But if you play tactically and only kill them one at a time, you're not trying to run through the game, you're able to survive without dying at the 5% marker and even at the 10% marker. Now once you're surrounded by enemies, or once you fight a very hard enemies, you die. So yeah, for instance, like in Bloodborne, or I don't know, even in Elden Ring, especially in Bloodborne, like when you're fighting werewolves, you never fight werewolves straight up. You typically lead them to an area where they cannot enter, and then you let them try to attack you, but they don't know how to enter. So that's how you beat them. And the same it was for the Arachnotron here. You don't fight Arachnotron straight up. You try to aim for knocking his weapon off of his body first, and lead him into certain areas, and then kill them. Avoid all the mini enemies, get him out of the way, and then kill the mini enemies. The same as in Dark Souls and Bloodborne. You kill the hardest enemy first, and then worry about the remaining troops that are around the area. So yep, that's it for this video. I'm exiting out now. It will remember where I last saved and I last left off, and I'll continue this if not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, because I'm not planning on rushing through Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal was so I need to judge every aspect of it in detail. So I'm not going to rush this. I'm going to probably play this until all the way up to October. So all of August and September is going to be Doom Eternal, because the campaign is also long, and the combat mechanics with regards to fighting bosses is probably going to kill me a couple of times. So it might take me it might take me even all the way up past October, going into early November to finish this campaign. Yes, you could beat Doom Eternal in under a month, but if you have other stuff to do, then that's not the case. Especially if you do have other stuff to do, and I can't be on this every single day, or even every other day. I might be able to play Doom Eternal maybe once or twice a week, but that's about it. Yeah, that's all I could spare towards Doom Eternal, twice a week, and that's all. I'll play Warframe like 3 times a week, but for Doom Eternal it'll probably be like twice a week, and that will give me I'm calculating it about a month or 2 months to actually finish the campaign, if I'm only playing it twice a week for about 2 hours, because that's the maximum of time I'm going to be playing Doom Eternal, for about a maximum of 2 hours twice a week. That's all. Alright, I'm finished. I'm accepting my decision, accepting my decision to save and exit. Now that I've accepted my decision to save and exit, I can now go to customize and see if I unlocked anything. I did not unlock anything special yet. So it does make sense, because I'm not even at the 5% marker of the game. I'm like at the 2% marker of the game so far. Yep, so it's pretty good so far. I'm already past 7 with regards to the game. It's menu systems, it's everything, background, it's music, everything I I judged the game for, the tutorial, customizations. It's pretty damn good. There were many faults and many things that fell off with regards to the use of color and rollovers, but at the end of the day, I got it up to like a 7.3. If I was a very harsh critic, it would probably be just a 7. General, just a 7. All around, at the beginning, after seeing the intro, after seeing the menu system, after seeing how things play out, after seeing movement, I would probably just have it at a general 7 and didn't give it 3 extra points with regards to the design of the world. I would give it individual points for each thing, but it would have probably been at a 7. But for right now, I'm at a 7.3. I'm above a 7. So far so good. This is a game that's already in a 7 for me. And as I've already stated before, when I play games, I start from a base of 5. And if the game is terrible, I drop it a points. So if it starts at 5, it goes for 4.9, 4.8, 4.7, 4.6, 4.5. Then it goes down to 3. Then it goes to 3.8, 3.7, 3.6, 3.5 until it drops down to 2. If it starts to get very terrible, it starts to drop in points. But if it starts to get good, it'll go from 5 going upwards, like 5.1, 2, 3 until it gets to 6, and then 6.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 until it gets to 7. So now I'm at a 7.3. So at its base starting rate of 5, it was just going up and up for me rather than falling down. And it did fall down about 4, maybe 5 points most. But it had more good things going for it rather than bad things going for it. So that's what got me to a 7.3 right now. But like I said, if I was a harsh critic with regards to the game and I wasn't a first person shooter, I would probably be at a 6.5 right now or a 6.8 right now. But it doesn't matter if I'm already starting and I haven't even reached the 10% marker of the game or even the 5% marker of the game, and I'm already at a 6.5. If I was a harsh critic, that's still a good place to be at. So far, Doom Eternal is a good game so far. Once I get to the 25% marker, the 25% marker of the game, I will know for certain whether this is a good game. Once I get past the 25% marker, I will know for certain if this is a very, very good game, like one of the best games. Once I pass the 25% marker, because I don't need to go past the 25% marker to know that this is a great game. Depending on what I got and how I play and type of bosses I fight and how difficult they are and what rewards I get, I'll be able to tell. Alright, so that's it for this video. So far, I'm doing quite well. It's very good. Very good so far.